and greet with Skillet before the show. They're on the Revolution Tour. That is the brand new album. The show is at the world-famous Agora. End of the month, Thursday, September the 26th. It's only a couple of weeks away. AXS.com for all the info. If you strike out, you can buy tickets there, too. 2 for Skillet. Good luck. 216-578-1007 for caller 10 or 800-348-1007.
And now, a moment of silence for the brain cells you lost listening to today's show. Rest easy, boys. This is the Alan Cox Show.
On 100.7 WMMS.
Presidential debate in Philly tonight. I got a text from someone who's very excited to engage with the debate. Alan, nobody wants to hear your stupid gay voice. Shut up, for the love of Satan's butthole, shut up. But I love you, and I mean that in the gayest way. Trump 2024. He's about to slaughter your woman tonight. Y'all scared, man. Y'all scared is what it says. Do I look scared? No, you can tell the Trumpers are crapping in their pants because they don't know what's going to happen tonight. But that's the fun of it. I haven't even been able to get a real good sense of how interested people really are in this, you know?
I can't wait.
Because I'll watch, but it's not like it's a debate. You know what I mean? These used to be debates. You would see most people still had their candidate, to be sure. But the debates were, once upon a time, instructive in getting the finer points of where people stand. You get none of that with Trump because he doesn't really care if he wins or loses to begin with. So he's got nothing to lose. I mean, whatever. Trump is going to Trump. Kamala Harris is going to be in there telling people what she plans on doing. And that's a much harder needle to thread if people are only half paying attention. But I'm interested to see what the takeaway is for people tonight. A lot of these big events, there are billboards all around Philadelphia talking about how Trump hates Philadelphia, you know. He's always ragging on big cities, saying they're cesspools and immigrants are raping people and blah, blah, blah. All the greatest hits over there on the MAGA side. But all these big events are always held in cities. So there's no way around that, you know. He's always slamming cities because he's pandering to the rubes or whatever. But I'm interested to see how the whole thing is going to play out. I'm curious why I haven't seen any commentary about Trump is too old. That was the whole thing on Joe Biden when Joe Biden was still the Democratic nominee. He's too old. He's too old. I don't see people talking about, I'm not sure where that level of scrutiny is for Trump. I think people are so used to, after about a decade or so, people are so used to just the complete and utter nonsense all the time that the age is almost immaterial. He's been like this as long as he's been in politics. This is not a new development. Although I did like the quote the other day. People who are 80, according to Trump, too old to sign documents. Now, listen. You know how they say that rates of STIs are skyrocketing through convalescent and senior homes? So it would seem that the data doesn't bear that out. There's plenty of documents being signed.
Well,
D's being S'd.
To your point where you're like, debates used to be this, debates used to be this. I'm holding out hope that is what will happen here.
Well,
we haven't had a legitimate debate in 8 years.
It will be. No, I don't think it will be. She will be telling people what she wants to do. If she's smart, she's not going to do a back and forth with him because there's no way to do that, right? There's no way to go point by point with the fire hose of nonsense. You can't do that.
But I hope that is what happens, though, to show, hey, here's how someone who has a plan that can articulate this plan and tell you exactly what they want versus spewing nonsense. That's what I'm hoping will be highlighted tonight.
Yeah, maybe. I'm curious how they'll do it. I don't know. The moderators of these things in the Trump era are always caught with their pants down. It's like hosting the Oscars. There's no upside to moderating one of these debates because half the people think you suck and the other half think you didn't do enough or whatever. I don't know. Of course, with these things, too, they just tap a couple of people over at CNN because whoever's doing it tonight, it's being carried all over the place. I mean, you can watch, if you're interested in watching the debate, you can watch it all over the place. It's 9 o'clock tonight, and it's on Hulu, and moderated by David Muir, who is this kind of matinee idol anchorman they have over there at ABC. He does the World News Tonight. So if you watch the evening news and ABC is your chosen affiliate, you see this guy, David Muir. And then the woman who anchors ABC Live Prime, whatever that is, a woman named Lindsay Davis. So it'll be on ABC at 9 o'clock, but then they'll run it across all their properties. So it'll be streamed on Disney. You can. I don't know who would choose Disney as their platform of choice to watch the presidential debates.
Is it going to be like when they do football games on Nickelodeon?
Yes.
And they're going to have Disney stars interacting with them or like giving commentary?
In fact, it's going to be so similar to the Super Bowl that if you go over to Animal Planet, they're going to have the puppy debates. Oh. And I think I might watch those.
Now that has my interest.
There you go. It'll be a big, fat, orange tabby cat against some other kind of animal. So 9 o'clock tonight, ABC Live, Disney, and Hulu will carry it. Fox News will carry it too. And I don't know if it's something people can watch later. Probably. Everything you stream now you can watch later.
It'll get cut up and put online.
It'll be on YouTube and everything.
Right. Here in the state of Ohio, solidly red. It's still pretty much a dead heat. Well, it's a little better than a dead heat. Trump's got like 53% of Ohio. But nationally, unbelievably, it is still a dead heat. So who knows?
Why is that unbelievable?
It's unbelievable to me that half of the I hesitate to say half the electorate because you really can't put a whole bunch of credence in the polls. But after a decade of nothing from Trump and nothing that has improved people's lives, that there are still people going, yep, that's my guy. That is my guy. A substantial number of people. That's my guy. I mean, I'm removing the initial blush of enthusiasm from the Harris-Walz ticket because that's still there. The trick is to transfer that, obviously, into people lining up to vote, and I think, obviously, that will happen. But I caution everybody on the progressive side, on my side here. I caution everybody to look at it and go, we're fine. Who could like that guy? A lot of people like that guy. A lot of people like that guy. Liked him last time, like him now.
I guess.
Unbreakable support with a big portion of that part of the electorate.
I'm surprised that you're surprised by that.
Well, because what do you see? Day in, day out, you see all these pieces on people who finally had their MAGA fever break. And if you have enough of those people, it only takes a couple of percentage points this way and that to really make a move. And obviously, you're beholden to the Electoral College, which is how people become president, even though they've repeatedly lost the popular vote. They're clearly not the person that the electorate wanted, but because of the Electoral College, they win. And so that's a concern, too, because it really does come down to half a dozen states on Election Day. It comes down to it. He doesn't care if he wins or not, because if he loses, you go right into the big lie 2.0. You fundraise off of it. You whine and scream and piss and moan about how it was rigged, blah, blah, blah. So it doesn't matter to him if he wins or not. Obviously, progressive very much want to.
2028.
What's that?
And then he runs again in 2028.
Yeah, if he's alive, I could see that happening. I don't know why you wouldn't. I mean, it's just you're using your supporters as ATMs. So there's no reason for him not to do that, provided he's alive for another 4 years. I see there's a 0% chance that he doesn't run in 2028. But yeah. So anyway, so the debate is tonight. And I don't know how excited people are for it. On the one hand, it's sure to be a spectacle. If nothing else, it makes for good television. But it's a little more important than that. So voter registration ends on October the 7th, just into the nitty-gritty and the nuts and bolts of it. You're probably getting the things in the mail now from the Secretary of State or whoever in Ohio that tells you if you want to do absentee ballots, blah, blah, blah. But if you are not registered to vote, you can't do that after October 7th. And then the early voting starts the day after. See, I like to line up day of. A lot of people like to early vote. I fully understand people's schedules, whatever. My polling place is blocks from my house. So I'll get up as soon as they open and I'll walk down, have an early morning stroll, and line up and vote. I like doing that. But a lot of people, but just to let you know, for whomever you're going to vote, make sure that you're registered to do so, but you only have until October the 7th. So, 9 o'clock tonight is when that happens. They're in Philadelphia, the aptly titled City of Brotherly Love. We got some Philadelphia people in Perez Building later on, right?
Oh, yeah. We got Jason Kelsey.
There
Played
you
football
go.
there for a long time.
He's from
Alan!
Cleveland.
Hey, I was listening to
He played
Friday's
football.
show.
Wait, what?
He's from Cleveland.
Jason Kelsey is from Cleveland?
Yes.
Next, you're going to tell me his brother's from here, too.
No, he's not.
What?
He's from Kansas City.
Missouri or
No.
Kansas?
Kansas.
Oh, that's the better Kansas City.
I know.
A lot of people don't know this. They see Kansas City, Missouri. It's the show me state. And so it takes up a whole lot of people's brains.
Yes, Kansas City, Missouri is the show me state.
Missouri, Mary, is the show me state. This is a city that occupies 2 states, right?
Right.
So if Missouri is the show me state and Kansas is the what state, Mary?
Take me.
I'm sorry?
What?
It's
There's
the what?
Show me and take me.
No. Missouri is the show me state. That's where your Kansas City Royals are. That's why Kansas City, Kansas gets short shrift, because they're not attached to any of these sports teams. Not really. I mean, they claim them, but they're not really. You know, those teams are considered based in Missouri. So what is Kansas if Missouri is the show me state? What's Kansas, Mary?
Kansas is the home of Dorothy. Isn't that on their crest?
And what was her last name?
Dorothy Gale.
Yes! Well
Dorothy
done.
Gale from Kansas.
Well, you got one, so I'll give you one. Kansas is the sunflower state.
I
oh,
wasn't Dorothy Borthy.
no.
Dorothy Borthy. And, she's finally back home. Dorothy
No.
Borthy.
She says, well, I'm Dorothy Gale from Kansas.
Yes, that's right. So, anywho, Travis Kelsey, as it turns out, according to Mary, from Kansas City, Missouri.
Yep.
Who knew? All right. Well, we got that all squared away there.
Alan! Hey, I was listening to Friday's show, and you guys were talking about how you hate cats. Well, I thought I was the same way back before I was married. Nowadays, I have 7 cats, a dog, a turtle, a guinea pig, 2 kids, and 3 raccoons. Love you, bye!
God damn.
That's too much.
It is too much. First of all, I don't hate cats. I prefer dogs. I don't hate anything.
Not a big fan of cats.
Why?
I prefer dogs. That's all I'm saying. I would never have a cat as a pet. I realize that they're popular. Whatever, right? We've gone
If
over it
Nora-
a billion times.
If Nora wanted one, you would say no?
She has wanted one since she could speak, and I have said no. Of
Why?
course.
Why not give your daughter what she wants?
I give her everything because
Except a cat.
because I'm a parent, and you can't give your kid everything they want. No,
mean,
I
this
said
isn't-
we're not going to have a cat. First of all, if nothing else, I'm not going to do an experiment to find out if my 13-year-old dog gets along with a brand new cat. I don't
Well,
need that in my house. I don't
once
need
the cat
that.
dies.
Huh?
Or once the dog dies.
No,
Why?
because I don't want a cat in the house.
But it's
We're
not
not going to
about
get a
you.
cat. Huh?
It's about making your daughter's life better.
It is
Isn't that
about
what being
me.
a
I'm the
parent
one
is?
paying for it and feeding it and housing it and clothing it and schooling it and putting it through college and cat college. You know how expensive cat college is, Mary?
I do. I do.
I don't think you do.
I do. Duchess dropped out. I know.
Yeah, your cat has a GED, Mary.
I know what she does.
Yeah, well, no, she has asked for a cat. I mean, she hasn't driven hard to the hoop over it because she knows our thought on this. Now, once our dog passes away, there will probably be another conversation. But my thought is when our dog passes away, she will probably want another dog. But no, I've said this is not a cat household. Not to mention we have family members like grandparents who are allergic.
Okay.
I don't want to mess with it. I just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't want to be like,
grandparents who live with you that are there all the time that it would matter?
no, but anytime they visit, if there's a cat in the house, they don't have to live there to be allergic.
Yeah, but how often, realistically, real number, how often are these allergic grandparents visiting?
A couple
5
times a month.
a year?
A couple times a month. They
A
live in
couple
Michigan.
times a year.
Nora is their only grandchild. My mother has 13. My mom has a lot of grandkids, okay? She loves him, but by the time you get to the 9th or 10th, you're kind of like, and I'm 2 states away, right? Or 3 or whatever. Nora is my wife's parents' only grandchild. So she gets every iota of attention from them. So yes, my mother-in-law lives in Bay Village. And my other one, they're around a couple times a month. And so if there's allergies to contend with, we don't have allergies in our house. It didn't even occur to us. But if somebody goes, well, we'd have to meet somewhere else because I'm allergic. I don't want that. It's not worth it. What's the payback for me? Who doesn't want a cat in the first place in the house?
Making your daughter happy.
I got a billion ways to make her happy.
Well, this is the only one she cares
She doesn't
about.
ask for much. No, again, like I said, it's not a constant topic of conversation. I'm not unreasonable, right? Gwen would come to me and go, she really wants a cat. You know, we're on the same page. I mean, but if she came to me and said she really wants a cat, then we would have a conversation. But I'm on record. I'm on record as being a dog guy.
Yeah.
And that's what it is. But
again,
that guy that called, I don't know what one has to do with the other. Hey, I didn't used to like cats. Now I have 4 million animals when I got married.
He's saying you'll learn to like them.
He didn't say that at all. I didn't pick that up. I think he's implying that his wife's got that good, and he'll do whatever she wants. He got raccoons, for God's sake. He's so into his wife or whatever that he's got rabid animals in his house.
He didn't say anything about rabbits.
Hey, I was listening to Friday's show, and you guys were talking about how you hate cats. Well, I thought I was the same way back before I was married. Nowadays, I have 7 cats, a dog, a turtle, a guinea pig, 2 kids, and 3 raccoons. Love you, bye.
I mean, right. A bunch of cats, 3 raccoons, but then a dog, a guinea pig. Like, why just single versions of the normal pets? I don't know. That's his life. Good for him. He's like J.D. Vance out there. I don't get J.D. Vance's obsession with cats. This guy is telling people that Haitian people are eating cats. The childless cat ladies. This is how the whole thing that started him on this path of acrimony with female voters. This guy is obsessed with cats.
He is.
And I don't understand it. I don't know where that comes from. This is a guy with daughters. Maybe he has cats in his home. I don't know. But this guy, every comment he makes, he got something to do with cats. And by the way, you don't have to blame immigrants for that kind of stuff. Because, and I don't remember if we talked about this or not, good old native Ohioans are the ones eating cats. They scooped up that lady down in Canton. Did we talk about that? The lady in Canton who smashed the cat's head under her foot and then ate it in front of the neighbors? Oh, we didn't talk about that? Yeah. So let's knock it off with, all of this fear-mongering about immigrants eating cats and blah, blah, blah. You want to talk about people who are desperate and scared. Right-wingers trying to convince people that people are eating cats. A woman, an Ohio woman, you don't need to import cat eaters. They got her answering charges in court down there in Canton, outside a public housing complex. 27-year-old lady stomped on the cat's head and then squatted next to it and began to consume the cat.
Oh my God.
They don't know who owned the cat. R.I.P. The Canton cat. Hashtag justice for the Canton cat. Everybody had D's out for Harambe. Where's everybody on the Canton cat? Or Pudding the tortoise. How about Pudding the tortoise? You were talking about tortoises before. Petting turtles or whatever. They got some, people are trying to get justice for Pudding or whatever. Some tortoise out in Arizona that's being given a hard time by somebody. I don't know. You can do your own research. I got to take a break. If you want to see comedian Andrew Schultz, he's doing the 20th at the State Theater at Playhouse Square. And so I'll have a pair of tickets for you on the way back. Want to text me for something, 35192 to do that. And you can listen anywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
We're less than 2 weeks away from our 2020